What's up guys, Syiler here, and if you remember just yesterday I posted a PvP video. I imagine not all of you would have watched it, but in the video I was talking about the state of Ret Paladin and what they're going to be looking to do to Ret Paladins, and one of the things that they've mentioned is a change to Seal of Justice. So 16 hours ago we got a blue post from Ghostcrawler stating, we just finished looking at Seal of Righteous and Justice. Seal of Righteous, we ended up buffing by 50%, so now that's going to be a lot more viable in PvE, which is good because it's it should be our go-to PvP, AoE seal for, trash and things like that, but sometimes it just isn't worth it if there's not, a lot of targets. So that's going to make it a lot more viable, which is, great. Justice is much more complicated. It was intended as a PvP seal, but the damage toss is so significant and the snare is just not valuable. Furthermore, just buffing Justice damage risks seal twisting in PvE becoming a thing when you stack up Sintra and then swap into Justice. It could be a cool design designed right, but would probably just be annoying. We just don't have that much room to buff Justice. So we're going to redesign it and attempt to solve another problem, which is rets damage outside of cooldowns. Justice will now proc, and Judgment will count for the proc, a stacking debuff on the target that increases damage of your next Templar's Verdict with 5 stacks. This will be a big hit and opens up some interesting decisions about how to use Holy Power, such as Inquisition or Word of Glory. If you're trying to hold Templar's Verdict, while Truth plus Censure will still do more sustained damage overall, there will be a chance Justice will see some situational use in PvE, and we're okay with that. Justice is a ret only thing, so it should be a seal they actually use. It won't snare, which I expect which some will call a devastating nerf, but then again, burden of guilt if you really need a snare. So, let's break this down a little bit first of all. First of all, he mentioned he doesn't want seal twisting in PvE, which instantly makes me think this stacking debuff will go if it won't be a very long stacking debuff, or it will go if you swap seals, because the first thing I thought when I heard about this change was ret are gonna seal twist. You're going to stack up 5 stacks of Seal of Truth, swap over to the Justice, stack up 5 stacks of Templar's Verdict, and swap back to Truth just to refresh your stacks, and then swap back to Justice to keep up that stack. And you'll be able to, dip between the two, switch to one for when you need the Templar's Verdict 5 stacks, switch to Truth in between that, keeping Truth up for the majority, and keeping Justice there just for the Templar's Verdict buff. But with him saying that he doesn't want seal twisting to become a thing, I'd imagine they've already thought about that and they've seen some way around it. So this is very similar to Taste for Blood, if you know the warrior ability where they stack up and they get X amount of damage. Now, he says he wants Seal of Truth to be better than Seal of Justice in sustain, which causes the problem how much damage is there's still going to be that same issue then. If Justice isn't doing more damage than Truth in PvP, then why bother with it? It has to be significant enough that you're going to take it, and then if it is significant enough, then people are probably going to start using it in PvP, because Templar's Verdict especially, now think about this, what tier set bonus are we getting next patch? We're most likely getting a bonus that affects Templar's Verdict damage. So, if that does stay the way it is, and we do keep the one that changes Templar's Verdict damage and they don't go with the Divine Storm one, this is going to be a much better seal for PvE as well, because not only are you getting the tier set bonus for increases Templar's Verdict, you're getting this as well, which is going to increase Templar's Verdict, which should, it depends on how much damage it actually increases it by, should outweigh Seal of Truth, which is apparently what they don't want. So, risky ground there, really is risky ground, and it depends how they're going to go with this. But overall, we're going to lose the snare effect from Seal of Justice, and instead it'll be a sort of small build-up burst. And then that brings the problem again. It's not really solving the problem, It could be very good, and it means we don't have to rely on waiting 2 minutes for a cooldown to come up. But instead we'll have to rely on 15 to 20 seconds, depending on what the ramp-up time is, before we're actually able... Well, it's melee attacks and Judgment, so, it'll probably be about 10 seconds, but you still have to have that ramp-up time before you can, bam, hit with your heavy hitting Templar's Verdict. So, yeah, it makes things awkward, and then will have to, as they said, they want Ret to choose between Word of Glory or Templar's Verdict. You won't be able to, it won't be as just straightforward as, well, Templar's Verdict hits hard, but I'm going to heal. Now it's going to be Templar's Verdict is 90% of my damage, but I need to heal. It's one of those, I'm going to waste this proc, or this stack, and I'm going to have to heal myself and then revamp it up. So, I don't know. I don't know if I like this change. As I said, something a lot more straightforward for PvP, like just make Syiler Justice straight for PvP. Give it a PvP power element, Give it 2-3% PvP power boost or something, I don't know. But I feel this is going to affect too much. It's dipping into making it a PvE base seal, which I don't really want. We already have a single target seal. I don't want to be having to worry about swapping between seals while worrying about Inquisition, while worrying about Holy Power, while worrying about cooldowns, while worrying about raid mechanics. It's going to be too much to handle. So I just want Syiler Justice to be pure PvP, Seal of Truth pure PvE. I feel that they're tampering with too much, but I am glad they are doing this. This means Ret isn't as strong as it should be in PvP, and they're looking for ways to fix this. But I don't know if this is the right route to do it. If they do go down this route, it'll be great, and it'll probably work quite well for Ret. But I just feel there's better alternatives out there at the moment. Better things that they could do to fix this problem. Once again, it kind of feels they're just taking a really awkward approach to Ret. And this is what always happens, and we always end up with some weird mechanic behind us that, is better to do, but it's just strange and annoying. For example, we still use if you want to maximize burst in PvE, you still use the old tier set bonus, which gives you increased duration on Guardian of Kings. You use that before the fight, pop Kings, and you still have like an extra 10 seconds left. That's not something we should be doing just to maximize DPS. It's strange things like that Ret has always had to deal with, and it's annoying, to be honest. So let me know what you think of the change below. Let me know if you can think of anything that would actually improve Ret in PvP and not affect PvE. Because as I said, I do like this change, and I'm hoping to see something like this. I think Syiler Justice is the right route to go to fix Ret in PvP. It's that thing that people don't use, but it should be used for PvP, basically. I don't think we really need the snare, because we don't use it at the moment. We use Seal of Truth. You swap to the snare if you really need to, but generally we don't use it. So, yeah, get rid of the snare ability from it, fine, whatever, and instead affect its damage or give it some form of proc or something along those lines. But I'd say make it PvP only, really. I feel the current change is just going to mess up too much and make things too awkward. So that's my 2 cents on the change. As I said, let me know what you think about the change in the comments below, and let me know if you can think of anything that would fix Ret, ideas and suggestions. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this news is news, and look out for more videos coming soon. See ya!